TCG, exploration. Yeah, it's interesting. We've been doing these at roughly the same time, at least for the openings, and man, it's brighter outside now by far than when we started this.
Yep.
Or even when we did the last one, I think.
Yep.
So it's really getting to that time of year where the sun's up late where we are.
Yep.
And it's not even at max yet.
Yep.
So.
Hi, Founder. My hair is a mess because we were busy doing yard sale today.
Yeah.
It's hot. It was hot today too.
Yeah.
It's even hotter
getting
tomorrow.
Warmer.
Ugh. Might steal some of the kids' freezies tomorrow. The kids are selling freezies and lemonade and pop.
Yeah, they did all right with it.
I think they might have made more money than I did.
Probably not quite, but close anyway.
Hi, Katrina. Welcome in.
Welcome in. So, the journey continues with Harry Potter TCG. We've got the Adventures at Hogwarts. This is the third expansion to the game. Fourth set overall out of 5 that they made, and the last one that focuses on the events in the first Harry Potter book.
Not tired at all.
The fifth and last set that came out moved on to the second book, Chamber of Secrets, and that set has a lot of very powerful cards in it. It was, sort of the last hurrah. There's a lot of factors to it, but it's been driven up in price. I'm hoping to get a little at some point to cap off the series, but we haven't been able to track any down for sure yet.
Yeah.
So it may be a bit of a delay before we.
Especially with the shipping right now too, with Canada Post. Who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
They announced that they were going to go on strike, but then they said, no, we're not. We're just not working overtime. So, but they could go on strike. So I'm not chancing anything with Canada Post right now.
So there's that. But on top of that, it's just something that's getting harder to find and more expensive. So
I know, right?
But I'm very much looking forward to this. According to some people who've been playing the game for a long time, this is one of their favorite sets.
Hi, Kevin.
And I can see why, in my basic understanding of the game so far, at least in terms of characters. This is the first set that includes Dumbledore as a character card.
Ooh.
And the holo version of Dumbledore is the biggest chase card in here. So I'm hoping we pull one of those.
Yeah.
Madame Pomfrey, the nurse lady, she is also, that's the second biggest chase card, is the holo of her. And then there's also Harry and Ron cards, which are quite substantial as well. All those 4 are worth more than anything we've pulled in any of the other expansions. The biggest ones we've had so far was from base set, which we lucked into a couple weeks ago. Okay. We managed to pull both the Harry Potter card from base set and the unicorn. Those are both nice hits.
That was cool.
All 4 of these are bigger hits than those 2. So,
okay. And
even the non-holo versions of Dumbledore and Madame Pomfrey are still like a $10 card. Okay. They're not bad. So,
they're kind of fun.
Yeah.
So this is all definitely, the value of this is in sealed, right?
Well, for the game in general, yeah. It's
but
especially
this is just fun factor for us.
Basically. Yeah. What was I going to say? I'm hoping we can complete the set with this one. The other 2 expansions that are 80 card expansions, same sort of format for packs and things. The Quidditch Cup and Diagon Alley, we were able to clear the set, at least one version, either holo or non, of every card in the set in one booster box. Quidditch Cup came down to the last pack, though, so very close.
Mm-hmm.
Diagon Alley, we did it with 2 packs to spare. So that was fairly close, too.
That's probably not Salem. Did I let Salem in?
I don't know.
Okay. Eating and lurking. That's all cool.
Fair enough.
Eating and lurking is okay here.
So, yeah.
I'm just going to go check on the dog.
So this is going to be our third attempt to complete an 80-card Harry Potter set in one booster box. And we've managed it the first 2 times. But like I said, it came down to the last pack and the third last pack. So we'll see if we can pull it off with this one as well. I really am hoping so. Was there anything else we wanted to preamble? I can't think of anything. So
Salem's out there lying on the deck, minding his own business with the neighbor dogs.
let's get this flipped. Whoop. There's our lovely castle, which was sent to us by Founder. It was a very fun and interesting build. Let's see if I can get a bit of a view of it there. There's our box for scale. So we'll be having that as our backdrop here, if I can find a good angle. And here's our binder. I've got pages set up to try to fill in as we go, as usual, to try to complete this set yet again. Or, well, not this set again, but you know what I mean. Try our third time for our third expansion to complete the set out of a booster box. So here we go. This is the last booster box of this that I have. So it's been a really fun series to do. I've really enjoyed it. And like I say, I do hope to do a follow-up with Chamber of Secrets at some point. But it won't be a whole booster box, that's for sure. That's just a little out of the budget. Or more than a little out of the budget, as the case may be.
Oh, unless we luck into one again. That'd be crazy.
Well, yeah, it would be crazy, but I wouldn't object.
You should get your brother to keep an eye out at the thrift store for these.
Yeah, good luck with that. The game, like I said, Adventure at Hogwarts.
Get more?
Adventure at Hogwarts is a...
Well, if you want to buy us some, we would not say no.
Let's see, where does it say on here? Does it have the year? So I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2022 Wizards of the Coast. Or 2022. 2002 Wizards of the Coast.
That's old, yeah.
So, yeah, that's almost 23 years old now.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. It is old.
So for the pack arts, I think this is supposed to be Peeve the Poltergeist.
Not quite as old as us.
Oh, look at that. There's a pack in here upside down.
Ooh, that's weird.
That's interesting. There's the Mirror of Erised. What's the upside down one? Oh.
Ooh, cool.
Fluffy.
Doesn't anybody... who doesn't want a three-headed dog as a pet?
Especially one so friendly.
Yeah.
So those are our 3 pack arts. I'm going to try and not rip them to shreds so that...
They are nice, yeah.
Anyway, so shall we get
the
started?
art was really well done with these cards.
Shall we get started?
Sure, go ahead.
Are you going to manage the binder, or
You're gonna
back
have
and
to,
forth?
You're gonna have to move over though.
I'm going to have to move over.
Just move over a bit. Give me more space.
Okay, so let's change the camera angle then, so I can still get
I'll
stuff
make some more space to move my water off
on
the
the
table.
camera here. Can I adjust this? Get that astronomy tower in view.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to make a little bit more
Hogwarts
space.
Castle is especially on brand for adventures at Hogwarts. Even more so than Diagon Alley or Quidditch Cup. So.
Are we starting here or on this side?
This is the end of the last set, so this is going to be 1, etc. here.
Okay.
And like I say, they usually put all the rares at the lower numbers, so it'll fill up mainly from the back of the section. So I can help you with the first. That's not that's shredded that back. All right. So here we go. Manegro Potion.
You only want the hollows and special cards and the rares and sleeves?
Yeah, I've usually just been sleeving the rares and better.
That's 65?
Yep, card 65. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63. That was the third page. You're making me lose count. Anyway,
I can't count like
And a grow
that.
potion.
So wait.
Count the number of potions lessons you have in play. Do that much damage to your opponent, then choose one of your
Where am I
potions
putting
lessons
this
in
one?
play and discard it.
I can't count by however
You
many.
can't count by nines?
No. I'm not a math brain. That's why I married you.
Fair enough. 1836.
I have problems counting too sometimes. Yeah.
54. 63. 65.
Okay.
Mana grow. Bucking Broomstick. Another new Quidditch card. And you can see the expansion symbol down for this is supposed to imitate Hogwarts Castle itself.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So this one costs 7. Do 3 damage to your opponent. Then, if your opponent has any cards in his or her hand, he or she chooses 2 of them and discards them. 1 if they only have 1. So again, more with a Quidditch spell that is trying to hinder your opponent. 54.
So those are here, I think. Right?
That sounds right.
Okay. I'm trying to count while you're doing that, so I'm not holding us up.
Scribbly-fours. So this is a transfiguration. Choose 2 of your opponent's cards in play other than his or her starting character. He or she chooses and discards 1 of them and returns the other to his or her hand. Ooh, that's annoying. Discard 1, bounce 1. It does cost 7, though. So that's 71.
Oh, shoot. Okay. That's...
Ooh. Bernie Bott's every flavor beans. Abram used to like the multi-flavor bean challenge.
He still does.
It's a spell candy. That's cute.
He actually likes the new burnt rubber flavor.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Put into play any lesson card you reveal. Put into your discard pile any non-lesson card you reveal. Then draw a card. Okay.
Huh.
So it can help you get more lessons in play, but that seems like a bit more of a gamble than I would like personally.
And honestly, if anybody wants to
59.
Find a fun game to play with your kids, like an easy to learn one, this one is actually pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, this game is not too complicated. Part of that is that it only they were only making sets for it for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Basically, they started a little bit before the first movie came out, and they ended pretty much right as the second movie came out because they wanted to avoid brand confusion because the art style's a little different than the.
It shouldn't have mattered.
Than
Like
the
I
films.
mean, honestly.
Fire protection potion. Do 3 damage to your opponent during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to you by spell cards. Okay, another sort of hinder your opponent while you hurt them a bit, but for this time potions, card 60. Oh, bewitched snowballs.
Ooh.
For charms.
That looks like a fun card. Okay, Broly.
Do 3 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. Then draw a card. Okay, so that's handy. 3 damage to your opponent or to a creature is nice and versatile, and then you're drawing a card on top of it replaces itself. It's not bad. 5 isn't too expensive. The Weasley twins were punished for bewitching several snowballs so that they followed Quirrell around, bouncing off the back of his turban. Well, that must have been especially annoying for
Voldemort.
a specific spoilery character, if we're talking spoilers.
Oh, anyways. Sorry, and I
Anyways.
just gave it away.
52.
If people haven't watched that or read it.
Right, and every set includes the lessons that were released up to that time. So Quidditch Cup was the first time you had Quidditch lessons. But you can tell the difference from the set release by the expansion symbols on them there.
Are you putting these back?
So, yes, this will be card number, where is it? 76 for the set. Care of magical creatures.
Right here.
And Charms lesson is 77. And here's our uncommon.
Stargrass Salve right here. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Starglass Salve. A healing spell. To play this card, discard one of your potions lessons from play. Shuffle up to 12 non-healing cards from your discard pile into your deck. So that costs 8, so it's later game, but healing 12 cards is a substantial amount. Even if you have to give up a lesson to do it.
47?
47. Alright, next we have 5 points from Gryffindor.
Is that Snape?
The art is, yeah. Play this card only if you have at least 5 lessons in play. That's interesting. Most adventures don't have that type of restriction. Your opponent gets 1 fewer actions on each of his or her turns, even if this adventure is solved. Even the turn this adventure is solved. If this would mean your opponent has fewer than 1 action, he still gets 1 action. To solve, your opponent chooses 5 cards from his or her hand and discards them. Opponent's reward, you take 5 damage. So basically, you force your opponent to discard 5 cards to deal you 5 damage. And if they put it off, or don't have 5 cards at the time, they get 1 less action each turn. That's annoying. That's card 31.
That's 31?
31.
Oh, shoot, okay.
And our rare...
46, 45, 44, 43.
Yep, this is our rare.
42, 41.
Stout sandwiches. That sounds gross.
40, 39, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32.
It looks kind of gross, but I don't exactly
I hope I counted backwards right.
see the stout. Recognizably, anyway.
I really hope I counted right.
Your opponent can't use actions to play healing cards. Okay, so it's an anti-healing adventure. Your opponent chooses 5 of his or her cards in play, other than starting character, and discards them. Ooh, that's a hindrance that's bigger than the last one, hindering their development. Reward, your opponent may shuffle up to 5 non-healing cards from his or her discard pile into his or her deck.
What number is this one?
So
27.
That does heal them a bit if they solve it, but
30.
man, giving up 5 cards in
9.
play, that's a big setback.
Right up here.
Stout sandwiches. That's a rare, so
Oh, sorry.
I should have had this.
It's okay, just give me the sleeve. I'll do it.
Alright. Pack 2.
Oh shoot, where does it go? I counted it all and now I forgot. 27? Oh, it's just up there.
27 should be the last card on page 3.
30.
Something's off.
27. No.
9, 18, 27 should be the last card on page 3.
Well, then I messed up.
You got a black bat. That is cool. I mean, the bat picture is it's a bat, and it's got a freaky look on its face.
Neat.
But the fact that it's flying over the Great Hall tables where they're eating is a little disturbing. We had 2 summers ago a little incident with a bat.
Yes, Ezra
tried
to pick. He picked it up.
We suspect he got bit, and he needed some.
Well, he had a
emergency rabies shot just in case type.
But the
thing.
first doctor refused to do anything.
Yeah, but in any case, exposure to bats can be hazardous. Let's just leave it at that.
As long as you get treated before you see symptoms, you have.
Yeah, you don't want to play around with rabies. Creature bat. When you play this card, do 2 damage to your opponent.
I gotta.
So this does 2 damage right away to your opponent, as well as the 2 damage each turn and 1 health. So this is a fairly aggressive creature. Card number 53. So 53, we'll go over here. I can't put it there from this angle, but that's where it goes. Next, we have a nut. Okay, right. So this is the introduction to the currency system in Harry Potter, and it's charms, interestingly. Item money. You can play only 1 money card each turn. Before your turn, if this card is in play, discard it, and you get 1 more action this turn. Huh. They play 1 money each turn before your turn. If this card is in play, discard it, and you get 1 more action this turn. Well, that's interesting. So you're giving up an action to play this, then you're sacrificing it to get an extra action the following turn. So it's sort of neutral in that respect, but there's probably some tricks you can do to get more value out of them, I'm guessing. So this is card 62. A nut. And muffling draft. I see, back from when I was at school, I was some sort of math science stuff, so I did have an interest in English, but that word always caught me at first. Just the look of it. It looks like draught to me, but it's actually draft. Sort of a older British spelling of the word. I encountered it frequently when I was reading through Lord of the Rings for the first time. Anyway. During your opponent's next turn, he or she can't use actions to play spell cards. And that's 66. I love a lot of the art in this set. They really did do a good job. Well, in the game in general, but this set seems to have stepped it up a little bit.
Oh, you got that one again. That's our first double.
Yep, that's our first double. The Mangoro potion.
That's our second
Bucking
double.
broomstick. Here's our Quidditch lesson, so that's 79. That'd be down here, I think.
Yep.
And Transfiguration is 80. And we have a Collapsing Cauldron. That reminds me a little bit of some of your collapsing mixing bowls. Anyway. 6 to cost to play. Provides 3 potions. To play this card, discard one of your potions lessons from play. If this card is discarded from play, put it into your hand. Okay. So it does ramp you a little bit in your potion supply. But it's got a safety net. So if someone takes it out for somehow, it goes back to your hand instead of being discarded. 36.
Backwards. Goes in backwards here.
Okay.
Yep.
Then we have Looking for Trevor, which is 41.
Hold on a second. No. Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Your opponent can't use actions to play creature cards. So, and another anti-creature one. To solve, your opponent chooses 2 of his or her lessons in play and discards them.
Number 41.
And a reward, your opponent may search his or her deck and take a creature card from his or her deck, show it to you, and put it into their hand. Then your opponent shuffles his or her deck. Okay, so they can go tutor up a creature when they solve this. That's definitely a risk reward. 41.
Ooh,
we got a hollow.
Yay, right here.
Midnight Duel.
What number? 18.
Yep.
Oh, I went too far.
So, play this card only if you have at least 5 lessons in play. To use an action to play a creature or spell from his or her hand, your opponent must discard another card from his or her hand. To solve, your opponent chooses 4 of his or her cards in play other than the starting character and discards them. So it only takes 4 to get rid of instead of 5 like the other one. Opponent's reward, your opponent may draw 4 cards. That's interesting. I'm going to have to think about that a bit. I read a discussion of the art on this card, which I found interesting, but I don't agree with. Basically, what I read was talking about this is obviously not lining up exactly with the events in the books, because the midnight duel where Draco told Harry to meet him in the trophy room, Neville didn't come along. So here you've got Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Neville present. And they were surmising that, because this doesn't follow the line of the books, it's sort of a hypothetical, that what they're alarmed to see and facing off against might be Fluffy, which comes up a little later in that sequence. But if this is supposed to be a midnight duel card, it makes more sense to me that in this hypothetical situation, they are meeting up against Draco and maybe Crabbe and Goyle. And so that's who they're facing off against here, is the other students. Just seems to make a little more sense to me. But who knows? This is card 18 and our first foil of the set. And I do like that star lightning pattern. That's the same basic pattern, except now they've got it applied to some of those trophies in the background too. Some foiling coming out there. It's a nice card. Oh, and we got a second rare because we had a holo, Riding the Centaur. So double rare pack.
Nice.
Nice. I think that was the same.
I like the holo pattern
for
on
all
these cards.
the expansions. I don't know if the base set did that, but
would you say that, like, out of the Wizards of the Coast,
so that's card 18
sets back at that time, do you think that, like, the quality was decent for this set?
I think they did a fairly good job with the quality for these ones. Like, this is, I'm trying to remember the early Pokemon cards that were done by Wizards. There was definitely quality issues. I haven't seen as many with this, other than the fact that the holos can be easy to scratch and whatnot.
Some of the packs were sticky.
Well, there's that, but that could be some, I don't know what was going on with that. But anyway, Riding the Centaur is card 25.
It goes right here.
Another rare. Prevent all damage done to you by your opponent's creatures. Your opponent chooses 4 to solve. Opponent chooses 4 of his cards in play other than
it's hard to agree.
his or her starting character, and returns them to his or her hand. 4 of his or her cards in play. Okay, so it's not discarding; it's returning a bunch to his hand. It's still slowing him down. Reward, your opponent may draw a card. So that's not a huge reward, especially when they've just filled their hand with all the cards they'll have to play again. That's interesting. But again, it's a very specific sort of anti-creature. Although most of the decks I've been building and seeing so far do involve creatures. So there's that. All right. Here's the Fluffy pack.
Fluffy! Wizards of the Coast PSA 10 worth a lot because it's hard to get a 10. Yeah.
True. It's hard. Yeah. You talking specifically about Pokemon, or for this game as well, or Magic the Gathering, or any Wizards of the Coast produced game? Battletech. There you go. There's another one.
I don't know. Has anybody ever tried grading a Harry Potter card?
Battletech never had foils, as far as I'm aware. Any Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. Cauldron Cakes. Spell Candy Healing. Choose up to 2 non-healing cards from your discard pile and put them on the bottom of your deck in any order. Then draw a card. Cauldron Cakes isn't really a cauldron. There you go. So if you're counting cauldrons for something, this doesn't count.
Oh, there you go.
He had never had any money for sweets with the Dursleys. So that's when Harry's indulging on the train.
Can imagine how sick he'd be after that, though.
Oh, could be.
Especially if he never got to have that much sweets before.
Dog bite.
58.
There's Snape bandaging his leg. Choose a creature in play. That creature does damage to your opponent equal to that creature's printed damage each turn. Okay. I like this. Basically, remember Steel Claws? Steel Claws had all your creatures do damage again, but that was Transfiguration. This is an actual Care of Magical Creatures card, so you don't have to be playing a specific other type to do it, but it only does it for one creature, not all your creatures.
Oh, okay.
So if you're playing with a big creature or two, it could still be pretty effective. Blasted Thing, Snape was saying, how are you supposed to keep your eye on all three heads at once? 58 is the card.
I just picture Alan Rickman. he was the best character for Snape, like the best actor to play Snape.
There's Owl Post. Draw 3 cards. About 100 owls had suddenly streamed into the Great Hall. 67.
Right here, backwards.
Then we've got a Sleeping Potion. Do 4 damage to your opponent. During your opponent's next turn, he or she can't use actions to play adventure cards. Okay. Keep that adventurous spirit down. 72.
I think it's no backwards.
Next, we've got a Licorice Wand. Another candy. A lot of candy in this. Do 2 damage to your opponent, then draw a card. Licorice Wand isn't really a wand. So candies are generally not what they're pretending to be. Go figure. Ooh. Not wanting to miss anything, he got some of everything. 63.
There we go.
There we go.
I think we got all those.
Charms.
Are we still missing one?
We're still missing one something.
Oh, that one.
There's a Charms lesson. And there's Potions. Potions is
78.
78. There we go. Now we've got all the lessons. Running from Filch. That's interesting. The green robes for the... Well, I guess the boys in general.
Right here.
45. Play this card only if you have at least 6 lessons in play. Your opponent can't use actions to play lesson cards. Okay, your opponent discards his or her hand to solve, and your opponent may draw 3 cards.
What if you don't have a hand? Like, what if you're out of cards in your hand?
Well, then it's pretty easy to discard your hand, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's 45. Then we've got the Bludger Bop. Spell. Your opponent chooses one of his or her cards in play, other than their starting character, and discards it. If he or she has any cards in his or her hand, he or she chooses one of them and discards it.
If you could actually fly on a broom, I don't know if I'd want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem a little sketchy. I guess with practice, I don't know.
It seems something scary.
Ouch. That must have hurt. Hit in the back of the head by a bludger. That's, again, commentary.
You'd think that they should have to wear, like, helmets. Not a very safe... Ooh, another shiny.
That's 34. No.
No, that's not shiny? I thought it was. Turn it backwards. Ugh.
We got Albus Filch.
Okay, it looks shiny to me. I guess I was wrong.
That's card number 2. So we got our first card on the front page. Character unique.
I thought it was
Spoiler
shiny
alert
because of
to
the pattern.
people paying attention, it's not a wizard. You may use an action to discard an adventure from play. Yours or your opponent's. You don't get the reward, however. So, he is the anti-adventure character. He can just shut down adventures with an action anytime he feels like. That is interesting. McGonagall has that ability as well, I believe, or something similar, but you can only use it once per game. And then she also provides Transfiguration lesson. So,
It's funny you say these characters' names, and I can't help but think of the actors that played them, and they were like how well they casted that movie or those movies.
oh, trying not to rep this pack real good, but I didn't. Was putting some unwanted pressure on the top of the card doing it that way, unfortunately. Card 71. Scribble 4s, we've seen this before.
You already got it. Sorry. That's new.
School Broom. So that's 4-cost broom. Item. Provides 1 Quidditch. When you play this card, draw a card. If you play this card and you already have a broom in play, discard the old one. So, okay, it just lets you cycle through an extra, and basically it's a lesson, but you have to have 4 lessons to play it. But those packs are easily ripped. Yeah, a little bit more than some.
Backwards.
Next we've got it. Chimera?
57.
Chimera? I've heard this pronounced both "ka" and "cha" for the "ch" at the front. A chimera or a chimera, but the extra "e" in, yeah. Anyway,
I think it's probably partially how
57.
old these packs are too.
Damage each turn 4 and health 2, but it costs 7 to play. So this is, I mean, it's not as big as a dragon, but it is a fair size beat stick, really. You don't see a lot of common creatures that deal 4 damage each turn. And have no, discarding lessons drawback, even. Forest full of dangerous beasts, Percy Weasley.
Right up here.
57. Next, we have an anti-cheating spell. So, look at your opponent's hand. If there are any lesson cards there, choose one of them and discard it. And where are we? Card 51. They had been given special new quills for the exams, which had been bewitched with an anti-cheating spell. And that's another Hildebrandt art. Greg Hildebrandt.
Back, other way. Backwards.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's Cauldron Cakes again.
That one again.
Dog Bite. Transfiguration lesson. Care Magical Creatures lesson. And here we have a Baneberry Potion spell. To play this card, discard 2 of your potions lessons from play. Do 8 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. I mean, it's not as potent as some things. It does have a bit of variety in the targets you choose, but discarding 2 lessons is a big downside.
It's Bane's card. It's our Bane's card.
No, maybe. You can cast it fairly early, though, with only needing 3. That's interesting. Yeah.
Candy cart.
Candy cart.
Oh, Brinley singing the Max Ruby theme song.
Card 35. Play this card only if you have at least 3 lessons in play. Before each of your opponent's turns, he or she draws 3 cards, then chooses 3 cards from his or her hand and discards them. Okay, so that'll help them find stuff quicker, but it also runs their deck down a little bit quicker, too. To solve, your opponent takes 10 damage. Ooh. Opponent's reward. Your opponent may draw a card. Huh. So it runs them down quicker, and
their reward is to draw a card.
And their reward is to draw a card, and to solve it, they have to take 10 damage. So that's interesting.
Or is that just?
But you are giving them a bonus of letting them pick which cards they want to keep in their hand each turn, basically.
Okay.
Because they get this is before their regular draw. They get to draw 3 and then choose and discard 3. So, that
backwards.
That is definitely interesting. Card 35.
Backwards. Ooh, that looks cool.
Cut on the Rock is our rare.
What number is that one?
That is 15. Number 15. Cut on the Rock. Ron Spencer. I thought it might be. He's got a pretty distinct
that is really cool art
style, and he's been doing Magic cards at least since pretty well the beginning. At least when I started playing. Remember Goblin Digging Team and such. Anyway, play this card only if you have at least 5 lessons in play before each of your opponent's turns. He or she, if they have any cards in play, he or she chooses one of them and discards it.
Show the art a little bit again, because the art's really cool. That is really cool art. Wow.
With the waves crashing around the...
Is that the house where they took Harry?
The Dursleys took him to try and keep away from the owls?
Yeah.
I think so. To solve, your opponent discards his or her hand, and reward is you take 2 damage. Oh, that's a rare. Should put a sleeve on it.
That's a cool looking card. It's backwards here.
There we go. Another Peeves pack.
Oh. Oh.
If I'm going to rip it, I'm going to rip it along the seam as much as I can. There we go. It's not too badly mangled now if I want to pack. Fungiface potion.
Do we have that one?
Don't think so. Card 61.
Nope.
Malfoy breaking out in mushrooms.
Malfoy.
Spell 4 potions. To play this card, discard one of your potions lessons from play. Do 6 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice.
They didn't have that in the movie. That would have been funny.
There's no quote about it from the book listed on the card too, so maybe they took some liberties here. Licorice Wand, we've seen that before. Dog Bite, we've seen before.
That
School
one, I think,
Brew,
yeah.
we've seen before.
That one we've seen.
Chimera, we've seen before.
That one we've seen.
Anti-cheating spell, yeah.
There's a lot of
Charms lesson.
A lot of doubles in this pack.
Potions lesson. Collapsible Pot is our first uncommon double.
Oh, that's new.
Wooden Flute. Care magical creatures. Choose up to 3 creatures in play and return them to their owner's hand. Interesting.
Backwards here.
Now, you can't play spells on your opponent's turn to try and save them from destruction, generally. So, you would usually be using this on your opponent.
That looks really cool, though.
To slow them down. It sounded a bit like an owl. I guess you could, if you had creatures with come into play effects, you could reuse them that way. Sorry, 50.
Oh, that one again.
Yeah, there's our first double.
Okay, backwards here.
First double rare.
We just pulled it.
Hut on the Rock.
That's really close.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been going back and forth on the
Yeah.
top right. I'm not just going down one
We should
column.
be due for another shiny card, shouldn't we?
Well, do for what we usually pull, like 11
Something like that.
or so hollows in a box. So here's our first rare double. Another fluffy pack. That is those wild eyes in the middle head.
I'm gonna eat you.
Like, I didn't show the front of this binder, but basically I've been putting one of each pack art from each set into the front of the binder so that I've got sort of a record of what they look like. Oh, come on. Almost. What's not? Aw, that corner crumpled more than I thought.
Boo.
Boo, I almost had it. The front ripped there,
Oh.
causing a bit of a seam. Anyway. Anti-cheating spell.
Is that new?
That's a nut. We've seen that before.
Have we?
Yep, that was our first money card.
Oh yeah, okay.
Bucking Broomstick we've seen.
Oh, that's new.
Charms Accident. Do 2 damage to your opponent. You may also choose a non-healing item in play and return it to its owner's hand.
Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily mind being able to
56.
have powers to do things like a spell to clean the kitchen or, put the kids to sleep.
Fire Protection Potion.
We got that one.
3 damage to your opponent. Okay, 60. He saw
We've
the black flame is licking his body, but couldn't feel them.
That's weird.
I forget. I remember reading that line in the book. I forget its context. It's been a while.
Licorice wand again.
Licorice wand again. Here's a charms lesson. Potions lesson.
Oh.
And through the trap door.
Here.
Ken Stacy. Your opponent discards the card drawn at the start of each of his or her turns. To solve, the card drawn and discarded at the start of your opponent's turn is a lesson card. So they have no control over that, really. It's just going to be random. An opponent's reward, you take 1 damage. So that's a fairly low stakes card, really.
Yeah. It's a neat art, though.
48.
I like the art.
Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah. Purple Firecrackers.
44.
Your opponent chooses 3 cards in his or her hand and discards them. If he or she has fewer than 3 cards in his or her hand, she or she discards all of them.
That's a fun card.
It took several purple firecrackers exploding from the end of Professor Dumbledore's wand to bring silence.
That's a fun card. I like that. The art is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's hand destruction, basically. It's kind of different. And again, the Hildebrand art. So, there you go.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Quidditch Cup. Interesting.
It's 21, 23.
23. Item unique. Costs 9 lessons to play. Once during each of your turns, when you use an action to play a card that needs Quidditch power, you get 1 more action that turn.
That art is really nice. Like, looks shiny. Like, to be able to do that.
Yeah, this would look pretty sweet as a foil.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Anyway, we'll see if we get one later.
That'd be cool.
But I don't know how, costing 9 is a lot. You really need to
I just like the art.
engineer that quite a bit. But it does have a strong effect, no question. Getting an extra action each turn for playing Quidditch cards. That's nice.
All right, let's get another shiny card. You're gonna have to do a recap video of all the different sets in the collection.
Oh, well, there's ripped on the front, so. The Mirror of Erised has not survived. There's a nut. Muffling Draft. 66. Yeah, we've seen this, I think. Muffling Draft.
Yeah.
Main Grow Potion was the first card we saw. The Bucking Broomstick we've seen a bunch. Scribble Floors we've seen. And there's every flavor beans again. Potions lesson.
A lot of doubles. Oh, wait, that's
Quidditch
new.
lesson.
No, it's not. Never mind. Ooh, Fluffy.
Forbidden Corridor.
39.
Transfiguration. Location. Unique. When you play this card, discard any other location in play, yours or your opponent's. Before each player's turn, he or she chooses one of his or her cards in play other than his starting character and discards it. At the end of each player's turn, if he or she has no lessons in play, discard this card. Ooh, okay.
Show the art
So
again.
this starts to chew through.
But hold it back
There's
because
stuff
you
you
gotta
haven't
see the
played.
card as a whole to see how cool the card looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
And now they knew why it was forbidden. Card 39.
Who's playing some music? 48.
We've seen this before.
Yes, we have.
And Hospital Dormitory.
What number is that one? 14.
Sorry, I was out of focus there. Hospital Dormitory. Location. These are our first two locations, and here's a rare one. When you play... Okay, so yeah, that's... There can only be one location in play. Each turn, each player may prevent 4 damage done to him or her. That damage may be prevented from one or more cards. He realized he must be in the hospital wing. Okay, so this just slows down damage dealing.
So backwards here. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Isabel got really bad sunburn today. So I'm gonna put some more aloe on her in a bit.
Again, it also doesn't help that these packs are old.
Yep.
So that does tend to make plastic more brittle.
We got that one. You opened that one, okay?
Yeah. Sleeping Potion, we've seen.
Yep. Yep. Troll. Wait, that's new.
Troll Bogies. Woohoo! Care of Magical Creature. Spell. Choose a non-healing item in play and return it to its owner's hand. 74. Another Hildebrand. He bent down and pulled his wand out of the troll's nose.
Oh.
It was covered in what looked like lumpy gray glue. Ugh. Troll Bogies.
Oh. I'm picturing the scene in the movie right now.
More grotesque than the picture on the card.
Oh, yes.
There's a black bat again. I think I've seen this as a preferred creature in some aggressive creature builds. Just because you get the damage when you play it as well. So, good to have extra copies, I suppose. Dog Bite.
Yep.
School Broom.
And also, in, like,
Potions Lesson.
when we do get doubles, kind of
Quidditch.
moves things along a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the
Do
first
we
pack's
got that
roll
one already,
5
didn't we?
points from Gryffindor. Yeah, I think we do. Card 31, if you want to double check, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
we do.
Ooh, Flying Practice. This one I'd have not seen before. Adventure. Spell cards that need Quidditch power use up 2 of your opponent's actions instead of... Oh, so this is an anti-Quidditch card. Interesting. Your opponent discards 4 cards that need Quidditch power from his or her hand to solve. And opponent's reward, you take 2 damage. Again, that's not huge, and it's pretty narrow if it only targets Quidditch stuff. Okay.
Right here.
Ron the Brave.
Hey, this one goes right here.
Ron
2?
the Brave.
Number 2?
Card 26.
Oh, 26.
Character Wizard, Gryffindor, unique. At the end of each of your turns, if you played an adventure card that turn, you may search your deck. You may take a character card from your deck, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Interesting. So you can go get friends if you played adventures.
That's kind of cool.
Hmm.
We should be getting a shiny card soon.
You don't think we'd let you go alone, said Ron. Okay.
Right here.
Now, the other Ron from the base set is also very focused on other characters. He makes characters cost 1 less action to play, whereas this one tutors up extra characters.
Okay, I'm going to go help Isabel with her aloe. So she can go to bed soon.
Right. Here's another fluffy pack.
Oh, I tried to go off the couch and fell asleep again. How did you get it there? You looked up and fell. That's weird.
There we go. That was fairly well. Troll buggies. Ooh, photo album. Before each of your turns, draw a card. So extra card draw. Not bad. Smiling and waving at him from every page were his mother and father. And that's 68. Which I am now managing myself here, so that'll be on the back here somewhere in the middle. And then here's another nut. Here's a switching spell. Choose an item in play, yours or your opponent's, and discard it. Then search your deck. You may take an item card from your deck, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. You'll lose all the points I got from Professor McGonagall for knowing about switching spells. That's 73. Top of the page here. Next we have another Fungaface potion. We have Starglass Salve, Looking for Trevor, and Meeting Fluffy Foil Adventure. Look at those eyes glint. That's pretty neat. Trapdoor. No, that's just a lighting pattern. Play this card only if you have at least 9 lessons in play.
I missed the shiny.
Not quite. Before each of your turns, your opponent takes 12 damage. Ouch.
Where's everybody tonight? We got 2 people watching. And we appreciate you 2 people.
Absolutely. Your opponent lets you choose 3 of his or her cards in play.
17.
17. And discard them.
Oh, it's right next to the other shiny.
Interesting. Your opponent gets one more actions the turn he or she solves this adventure.
It's right next to your other shiny card.
Yeah. This is... Oh, look at that. We got the non-hollow as well.
Oh, wow.
That would have been easier to read.
Yeah, the hollow makes it a little bit difficult, doesn't it? So for those of you who are here, how are you doing tonight? Oh, backwards. There you go. Look, see? That's right. Very.
Yep.
Poor Isabel, she's really, really burnt.
See if I can save a Mirror of Erised pack. So far, this has been the type that I've had the most difficulty with, for some reason.
She's gonna have to either wear a long sleeve shirt tomorrow, or be more under the tent.
Dang it. I'll try this way. Mixed, but at least the front is mostly intact. Maybe. Fungiface Potion. Nut. Charms Accident.
I think we've got that one.
Yep.
That one looks new.
Switching Spell. We just had this one while we were away.
Yeah. It was new to me.
Yep.
Outpost. Is that?
You've seen that. Transfiguration and Care of Magical Creatures.
Ooh.
Marble Gargoyle.
That's what number?
That is
42?
42. 2 damage each turn, 3 health, costs 5 to play. When Marble Gargoyle does damage to your opponent, if he or she doesn't have any creatures in play, it does 3 more damage to him or her. Okay, so this gets far more dangerous if your opponent's not playing Care of Magical Creatures. That's interesting. Glumpen Gargoyles. That's just an uncommon. So, facing this way, you said?
Yep. Ooh, fun.
Flying motorcycle.
What
Motorbike.
37.
Sorry.
That's Hagrid, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's right up here.
Transfiguration. Choose an adventure or a location in play and discard it.
Is there another card behind that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an uncommon, so. With a roar, it rose into the air and off into the night. Hagrid carrying baby Harry.
I love
You
Hagrid.
can almost see baby Harry's
Oh,
face.
weird. From here, I thought it was a baby dragon.
No. And our rare, the
here.
end of year feast.
That's what number?
That is 7. First page. Put up to 4 adventure cards from your discard pile into your hand. Ooh, lots of adventures in store. The huge Slytherin serpent vanished, and a towering Gryffindor lion took its place.
It's funny, that almost looks like writing, like some ancient or other foreign language writing.
What does?
Where I'm assuming that's supposed to be the students or the
Students
seats.
sitting at the table?
But it almost looks like writing.
Okay.
Just if you take a quick look at it, it kind of looks like some kind of writing. It looks neat.
It does look
It is
neat.
kind of neat.
A tall
Right
hall.
Oof. I know, we're not very exciting when we do Harry Potter streams.
I don't know. I find the subject matter is interesting.
It's fun. Yeah, it's just...
It's different, too, from playing stuff, too, because we're
Yeah.
discovering... Like I said, I purposefully didn't look at what these cards do.
Yeah.
Because this set is all new to me.
Well, with
and
these
it
cards, you like to read.
sort of expands.
Even with or Magic the Gathering, you like to read them too.
Well, generally. I love flavor text, especially when it's quoting books and stuff.
When I'm opening Pokemon, I'm like, I don't care what it does. Just show me the
Owl
fun
Post
art.
spell. Draw 3 cards. Yeah, we've seen this. Sorry, I'll skip that. Fire protection potion we've seen.
Yep.
Dog bite we've seen. I think are we missing any commons in the
I don't know. Probably.
sleeping potion?
Wait,
Candy
that's.
cauldrons.
I
Loop
don't
the
know if I
loops.
remember that one.
64. Yeah, this is new. Do 4 damage to your opponent, then draw 4 cards.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, it does cost 8 though. When Angelina had scored, Harry had done a couple of loop-the-loops to let out his feelings.
Fun fact, my mom used to call me Angelina when she was mad at me.
Nice.
It's not my name at all, but she would call me that when she was mad at me.
Looking for Trevor again. Another Starglass Salve.
Ooh, that's new.
Quidditch pitch. Location.
24.
Need 2 Quidditch to play it. When you play this card, discard any other location in play. Okay, it's location. Sorry. Reminder text. Spells cards that need Quidditch power. Yours and your opponent's need 2 less power to play. You will still need at least 1 power that matches. Okay, so this helps you play some of those more expensive Quidditch spells. That's neat. At either end of the pitch, there were 3 golden poles with hoops on the end. Card 24. So yeah, they really, like, if you look at, obviously there's a version of Harry in pretty much every set. Ron gets and Hermione get cards fairly frequently, so does Draco. But if you look at the staff, I think so far, Hagrid's the only one who's had a double.
Okay.
The first set had Snape and Flitwick for professors in the base set. Then Quidditch Cup introduced Madam Hooch and Minerva McGonagall. Adventures at Hogwarts is where you got the first double there with Hagrid getting one.
We're still missing 2,
But you also had...
2 commons. I
I
think.
don't know, I've lost track.
Sorry.
Anyway, who was the staff introduced?
Hey, speaking of.
Yeah, Vanishing Step.
So there's just 1 common after this one you
I
need.
do remember this in the book, and I don't remember it in the movies.
Oh my goodness. See, you know what this makes me think of? When I walked off our deck. Because I wasn't looking where I was going. I was looking at something else and I walked right off our deck.
During your opponent's next turn, he or she gets 1 fewer actions. If this would mean your opponent has fewer than 1 action, to take 1 action.
Oh, that bruise is still healing. Like you might not be able to see it, but you can still feel it.
There were some with Vanishing Step halfway up that you had to remember to jump. Really annoying. So you're giving up an action to take an action away, which should in theory be a wash, except that certain cards, like characters and adventures, take 2 actions to play. So this makes those unplayable unless they have a way to get an extra action to compensate, which could be strategically useful.
Okay, so the last one we need is 69.
Charms,
For
excellent.
commons.
Troll Buggies. Photo album. This is another one we got while you were helping Isabel.
Well.
Another black bat. Another nut. Charms and Care Magical Creatures.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we've seen this one before.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Flying Practice.
Ooh.
Running from Filch, we've seen before.
Have we?
I remember the art with
Oh,
the
yes,
green
you're
rose. And our rare...
Ooh.
The Philosopher's Stone.
It looks kind of like slime.
15 to play.
Ooh.
Transfiguration. Item. Healing. Unique. Very expensive. Must have a strong effect. Let's see here. You may use 2 actions and discard this item from play to put all lesson cards in your discard pile into play. Then shuffle all non-healing cards from your discard pile into your deck. When you build your deck, you can put only 1 Philosopher's Stone in it. So, right in the text, it restricts itself, which is interesting. But yeah, 15 is a massive cost. If you're doing other high-powered stuff, I could see this being useful because, man, talk about a healing item that
The borders on these ones
basically
are
resets
kind of really
the whole
cool.
thing. 21.
They're neat borders, eh?
Yeah.
Oof. So are we gonna do another stream at some point trying to play updated decks with this stuff?
I'd like to. It's going to take me a while to update these decks again, and maybe I'll do another binder update at some point. And I do, like I said, hope to get some Chamber of Secrets in, too. And even then, I have a few cards from Chamber of Secrets that I could talk about the set, but I want to save that for when I actually have a few to open as well. Non-grow potion. Chimera. Scribble fours. School broom. Troll bogies. Potions. And Quidditch.
Oh,
Purple firecrackers.
is the first double of that one?
Yeah. And then Muddy Practice. This is new. 43. Match. Oh, so it's a match. Either player may use an action to discard a card from his or her hand.
Okay, white is...
To win, discard 5 cards from your hand in this way. Prize, the winner does 10 damage to his or her opponent. Huh. So you have to use an action to play this. So you basically, to be able to guarantee you're outpacing your opponent to this, you need 3 actions a turn. There's a few ways to do that, but that's not easy. Oh, we got a foil. Dumbledore.
Ooh, nice.
That's the big hit of the set
all right,
right
all right,
there.
right here, put it right here. Oh, nice.
So Albus Dumbledore. You can get
That
rid of
looks
the
really
hollow effect there.
Ooh.
Wizard character, unique wizard. If you have at
You can
least
see
4 lessons in play,
the camera.
yep. If you have at least 4 lessons in play, your spell cards with a printed power cost of 6 or more need 2 less power to play. So your expensive stuff gets cheaper. You'll still need at least 1 power. Order of Merlin, first class, Grand Sorcerer, Chief, Warlock, Supreme Wugmup, International Confederation of Wizards. Hogwarts letterhead.
That's really cool. That
That is
cool.
cool.
And what's behind it, really quick?
And behind it we have the Quidditch Cup
Cup
again.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice.
Double rare. Albus Dumbledore foil. That's the big one.
I don't know how many people like our Harry Potter highlights, but I just got a highlight of it.
That's the biggest card we've pulled so far in this whole series, so
That's cool.
in terms of value.
What's the value of it?
Last I saw they're sold out, but category 1 has it listed at I think 130
Ooh.
US.
Ooh,
So-
nice.
Or
That is a good one.
135, something like that. Wow, this is is that a fingerprint already?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and you just made it worse.
Oh well.
We're gonna have to
This thing is really not wanting to
maybe
go into
don't
the
put
sleeve.
it in that one then. Put it in the other one.
Get a different. See if it fits better. Oh yeah, this is better.
That's weird that the perfect fits are having ones that are. That's really cool.
It is really cool. Honestly,
Here, can we just show it off a little bit more again? Like, hold on. There we go. How cool is that? Hey?
yeah.
Number 1. That's number 1.
Well, it's alphabetical, I think so. Albus
Uno.
would be.
That's very cool.
So we've had great luck because we got the top 2 cards from base set most recently, and now the top card from Hogwarts Adventures.
Nice.
So that's really nice. Come on.
I'm still lurking but feeding the kiddos. Yeah, it sounds good. Kids need to eat. I know my kids do. Abram eats a lot. He's at grandma's still right now.
Charms Accident. Troll Bogies. Photo album.
That's really cool. I like that.
It is. Another black bat. And I want to try that next time I build a creatures deck because I've heard good things. There's a nut. Muffling Draft. Potions and Quidditch and
Fluffy again.
Forbidden Corridor.
And ooh, that's new.
That's new. Giant Squid. 10 to play. Yikes.
Is that
5 damage each turn and 10 health
40?
for Squid. Not my favorite art, if I'm being honest. But
It's interesting enough, though.
A giant squid was basking
Ooh, that'll be a new
in the
page
warm
finish.
shallows. And our rare
Ooh, cool. Here.
is Finding the Platform Adventure. Card 9. So this will wrap up the last card on page 1.
This will give me trust issues when, like, in the episode where, or the movie where he, like, runs into the wall.
Yeah, well, that's not the first one, so. Your opponent can't use actions to play location cards. To solve, your opponent lets you search your deck and may take up to 2 location cards from your deck, show them to your opponent, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck. Opponent's reward, your opponent may put a lesson card from his or her hand into play.
Okay. The art's cool.
It is.
His bird doesn't look too happy.
Does this fit any better in this sleeve? Just out of curiosity, maybe it's not as thick as a foil. And it does fit better, interestingly. I guess the foils are just a hair thicker than other cards, which is probably why packs can be weighed
Yeah.
in this game. Oh, well, there we go. It's ripped. Fungaface Potion.
I'm still missing.
Fire Protection, Scribble 4s, School Broom, Chimera,
Oh, yeah, 69.
Anti-Charm Spell, Quidditch Lesson,
Be crazy if we
Transfiguration
never
Lesson,
pulled one.
Purple
that one again?
Firecrackers. We had a common that we never pulled from the base set, but the base set is a little larger. And there's another Collapsing Cauldron. And
Ooh.
Dumbledore's Watch. 9 for Transfiguration. Item unique. If this card is in play before your turn, discard all cards other than each player's starting character
That
from
is
play.
really cool art. I like that.
Ooh. Ooh. So it's a big reset button in a sense.
That's really cool art.
Card 6. Dumbledore's Watch. So there's a Harry in this set we haven't pulled yet. And Madame Pomfrey, the head nurse person, is also in this set. So those are 2 of the key characters we haven't pulled yet. Fire Protection Potion. Sandstone Gargoyle.
So what is the one that we keep with the one that we're missing? We've gotten that one, I think. Yeah.
No, it was a different gargoyle, I think. This is
Six-
card
oh wait, maybe
69.
that's the one we're missing.
Cost 3. When Sandstone Gargoyle does damage
Oh,
to your
yeah.
opponent, if he or she doesn't have any creatures in play, It does 2 more damage to him or her, so it's a mini version of the other gargoyle.
That's kind of funny.
1 damage each turn, 2 health.
That
It was sitting as still as a statue.
That I ask what the one we're missing is, and all of a sudden you pull it.
Here?
Yeah, backwards. That's the last common we needed.
Right, so I've seen all the other commons then.
Wait, was it?
Switching spell.
Oh, that was one I missed or something.
Yeah. And we got Quidditch and Transfiguration and
Wooden flute again.
Wooden Flute.
And
Candy Cart.
and
Riding Centaur.
so those are all, the whole pack was, except for the one.
The one last common we needed, everything else was repeats.
And now we're gonna get that common 3 or 4 times in a row.
Could be. Come on. Every flavor beans. Loop-de-loops. Charms accident.
I got that nut one a lot.
Yep. Vanishing step. Potion. Our 2 lessons.
Oh wait,
Alohomora.
that's new.
Spell. Search your deck. You may take a location or adventure card from your deck, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it tutors up any adventure or location. That could be handy. She grabbed Harry's wand, tapped the lock, and whispered, Alohomora, 32. Sorry.
Backwards.
Backwards here.
Yeah.
Next we have the Baneberry Potion we've seen before.
And
Our
ooh,
rare
this new, I
is
think.
Dragon's Blood. Card 5.
The poor dragon.
Potions 7. To play this card, discard 2 of your potions lessons from play. Do 11 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. Professor Dumbledore is particularly famous for the discovery of the 12 uses of Dragon's Blood. Chocolate Frog card. Another Hildebrand art. There we go. So we're missing 3 more cards on page 1.
Ooh. I'm freeing my feet from the socks.
A Licorice Wand.
Oh, look at this.
Switching spell. Punishing. Charms. Troll Bokies. There's our 2 lessons. Then we
Ooh.
have Winter Holiday.
That's new.
That is new. There's Hogwarts Castle. There's our background, sort of. Some similarities. Your opponent chooses 3 of his or her lessons in play and discards them. Then you choose 3 of your lessons in play and discard them. If either of you have fewer than 3 lessons in play, that player discards all of them. Okay, so it's a step backwards in the game, basically. How many of those cool holographics can you get in one box? In the base set, it was different, because I think that pretty much all the rares characters were holos. Or the other holo for non-characters is the star pattern. But for these expansion sets, we've been getting 2 or 3 of the character holos in a box, and then a total of 11 of the total foils. So with the star and lightning bolt pattern, wooden flute we've already had, and our rare is the potions dungeon.
Is that new?
Unique, 22 is new. I'm pretty sure. Again, it's a location. Whenever a potions lesson, yours or your opponent's, is discarded from play,
Hi, JD.
put it into its owner's hand.
Welcome in. I hope you're having a good night.
It would have been quite creepy enough
without the piled animals. Without the pickled animals floating in glass jars around the walls. Another Hildebrand. See some jars.
That is cool art.
Potions, cauldrons at the end of each desk.
Can you imagine getting to do stuff you love just to you get paid to draw?
Reverse?
No.
No? Here. Okay. Whoops, this is falling off.
Sorry.
Another Mirror of Erised. Sort of some sparkle on there, but yeah. I'm assuming this will follow the same pattern as the other expansions, since the other statistics, like the cards in the set and such, are the same. So I'm expecting around 11 total foils, and probably about 2 or 3 of them to be the character hollows. School broom, camera, cauldron cakes, dog bite. There's charms and potions.
Oh wait, that's new.
Looking for Trevor now. We've seen this a few times.
Are you sure? Or did you pull it when I was in here?
No, I pulled this a while ago. Card 41.
I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it. That one we did. Ooh, shiny.
Hey, look, it's the dungeon.
What number is that one again? 22.
22.
Take
And
the
so
other
we
one
got
in.
another rare behind it. Hagrid's House. We haven't had this rare yet.
Oh, cool.
So this one's an upgrade from their non-foil that we just pulled to the foil. And
Foils.
Hagrid's House is new.
We'll take precedence in the binder.
There's a crossbow at his door, a little boat.
Oh.
Whenever a Care of Magical Creatures lesson is discarded from play, put it into owner's hand. Hagrid lived in a small wooden house on the edge of the Forbidden Forest. Card 12. So we put that one other foil in there so much we didn't get to show off the foil pattern on it.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Oh well.
I mean, I can take it back out, but I mean, it's pretty much the same as the other ones.
Yeah, it just looks nicer on some than others, and we have seen some of those foils where
I
they
can
take
it back out and show it
where they
again.
take items in the background, like the eyes on Meeting Fluffy, or the trophies in the trophy room at Midnight Duel. That there's some extra shininess sometimes in the art.
I can.
Oh, Bewitched Snowballs. I'll put
There.
that down for a second to see. Take a closer look at this.
It doesn't look like anything special, just lightning and stars.
You could be right. There's a little something at the end of the shelf here that might have a glint.
Oh,
But
oh yeah, maybe the mirrors or glass, maybe.
it's hard to say.
Okay.
Anyway. So there's Bewitching Snowballs. There's the Gargoyle. Finger Face Potion. Our 2 lessons.
Got that one again.
Flying Motorbike. We've seen.
Yep. That one we've seen.
Through the Trap Door. We've seen.
Ooh.
And another foil.
See, we're getting all the.
Dragon's Blood.
What number's that one again?
5.
We're getting all the
And
shines
Fang.
together.
So that's got just the streaking in behind the potion there.
That looks really cool, though.
It is cool looking. And Fang is Hagrid's dog. Costs 8 to play.
That's a new one.
Card 8, so it'll go on the front page. Dog unique. To play this card, discard one of your Care of Magical Creature lessons. When you play this card, do 4 damage to your opponent. And 4 damage each turn.
So we just need 3 and 4 on the front page. For the front page, that is.
Like Hagrid, Fang was clearly not as fierce as he looked.
Fang wasn't the 3-headed dog?
No, that's Fluffy.
Oh. Okay. You're right. I had a moment of... I just don't remember Fang.
They show him, but they don't talk about him much in the first film.
Okay.
And, yeah, he's discussed a little bit more in the book. He goes with Harry and Draco into the forest when they're looking for the hurt unicorn.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
but
now
he's
I
a
remember.
coward. You know, that's what Hagrid tells him in the book, at least.
Okay.
And so, at the first sign of trouble, Fang takes off.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Sandstone Gargoyle. Photo album. Flavored beans. Switching spell. Fungaface potion. There's our 2 lessons. We have Aloha Mora again. And Muddy
That one
Practice. And our rare.
Hey!
An Albus Dumbledore.
Nice.
That'll be handy for deck building. Don't mind that at all. I wish I'd gotten a double of, like, Snape and McGonagall. They both seem very good for deck building, too. But nice to have an extra Dumbledore.
What is
No
the
complaints
non-hollow
about that.
valued at?
I think about a $10 for the non-hollow.
Okay.
So, not a bad pull. Either way you slice it. I do hope we still get Madame Pomfrey and Harry Potter. Still, those 2 characters have not turned up yet.
I'm guessing those 2 or 3, like number 3 and number 4.
For the hollow version, yes.
I'm just talking about on these pages.
Oh.
Because it's...
No, Madame Pomfrey will be on the next page.
Oh, okay.
Harry Potter H. Yeah, will probably be on the next page as well.
What are the next?
Sandstone Gargoyle.
I don't know.
Troll Boogies. Nut.
Switching spell?
Switching spell. 2 lessons.
Ooh, got that one
5
again.
points from Gryffindor again. Are there uncommons that we're obviously missing still? Marble Gargoyle. This might-
42? We're still missing some.
Yeah, we've seen this.
I just-
Yeah, we've seen this. And our rare is
Ooh,
Welsh Green Dragon.
fun.
So that's card 30. Welsh Green Dragon. 7 to play. To play this card, discard 2 of your Care of Magical Creature lessons. When you play this card, do 6 damage to your opponent off the hop. 6 damage a turn, health 4. You can't tame dragons. It's dangerous, says Ron.
Ron the scaredy cat.
Well, Ron, in sharp disagreement to Hagrid, anyway. So that's the second dragon we've ever opened in this game. We got a Hebridean dragon.
So that's the last rare spot. So
Okay.
we are. We need 46. I think 46 is the last uncommon.
So how many uncommons are we missing?
Just one.
Just one? Switching spell, vanishing, charms, bogies, photo album, black
And then
bat.
it'll be 1, 2, 3,
2 lessons.
4,
Muddy practice.
5, 6,
we've
7,
seen.
8.
Starglass we've seen many times. Dumbledore's
10
Watch.
rares.
We've
So
seen
one
this
uncommon.
before.
And 10 rares you're missing. Can we get them?
Still technically possible. I think we've got.
Especially if we get double red packs.
I think we've got about a dozen packs left in the box.
But yeah, double rares potentially can help, but sometimes they haven't been. Black Bat.
Might as well just
Loop the Loops.
Yep.
Charms. I'm just skipping through the comments fairly quickly here. 2 lessons. Uncommon.
Oh, that one
Giant
again.
Squid and Marble
again.
Gargoyle again are rare. Madame
Ooh,
Pomfrey.
There we go.
Glad to see her show up.
What's the number again?
Number focus 16.
Okay.
So, character Witch Unique Healing. Once per game, you may shuffle up to 12 non-healing cards from your discard pile into your deck. So once per game, just shuffle back 12. Madame Pomfrey, the matron, was a nice woman, but very strict. So that's good. Glad to see her show up. I've seen her in a few different deck lists, just as a nice healing character to throw in. And she, as the foil, this would be the second most valuable card in the set. But
Can you imagine pulling that one?
as a non-foil, it's still basically just as good as Dumbledore, $10 card.
Right.
So
Put it backwards.
very playable.
Backwards. Hey Tank, how's it going? We did get the top card in the deck in the box in the set.
Yep, we have. That was an amazing little pull. Oh, come on.
I even took a
I'm
highlight
just gonna-
clip of it. So
Scribble Fours. Every colored beans. Protection. Bewitched Snowballs. This was like the first card I ever had from this set. I picked up a common of this just from somewhere because it looked fun. Flynn Draft. There's our 2 lessons. Our uncommon.
that one again.
Bludger Bop.
Ooh,
A
wait,
sickle.
that's new.
That is new.
Is that our last uncommon? That
Might
must be
be.
our last uncommon.
46 money item. Costs 7 to play. You can play only one money item each turn. Before your turn, if this card is in play, discard it, and you get 2 more actions this turn. So, hey, 2 extra actions for only playing 1. That's pretty.
That's an uncommon.
So, it's an uncommon, right? And our rare is, hey, there's Ron.
Yay!
He's
Wait, didn't we already get that one?
Yes, we already got Ron. So this is a double. But still, there you go. You could do worse than Ron.
Yep.
Is that's Scabbers right on his shoulder, isn't
So
it?
now we just need the rares.
Yeah. In terms of trying to get the set done. We're missing, what, 2 per page or so?
2 on this page. 2 on this page. 3 on this page. And then 2 on this page. So let's go double rares. The rest of the the rest of the box.
Would be nice. How many foils we got so far?
2,
Moody's, Black Bat,
4, 5.
Potions, Bludger Pop. There's another sickle back to back, and a foil. End of year feast foil.
Okay. What's that one?
That's card 7.
7.
So that means we got a double rare, and it is a Galeon. That's
we
new.
We needed that, yeah.
So once again, an upgrade foil and a new rare. That's like the 3rd time this has happened when we got a foil, so that's nice at least. And the Galeon takes 10 to play. Money item, you can only have 1 money card each turn. You can only play 1, sorry. Before your turn, if this card is in play, discard it and you get 3 more actions. So again, another one of these cards that gives you extra actions.
It doesn't want to go in this. There we go.
Card 10. So Galeons are made of gold, I believe. The sickles are made of silver. And the nuts are bronze, I guess? Or was it brass? Might be, I don't know. I think it's bronze.
Mirror of Erised.
I just really love finishing sets of stuff.
Me too.
It's really a feeling. Doing okay. How about you? We are exhausted. It's been a very long day.
It has been.
Lucas was up
We
before
got off
again.
to a lot of doubles in this box, so it's going to be tough to finish this out, I think.
We're doing a yard sale all day.
Yeah.
Not making much.
No, not a lot.
But, you know, kids had
There's
fun.
our 2 lessons. We got Wood Flute and Forbidden Corridor. Our rare Meeting Fluffy.
Cut
We
that
had
out,
this
don't
in foil, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes. We have it in foil.
So it is an expensive sort of adventure.
Let's go.
In terms of the amount of lessons you have to play for it.
Man, I wish that we had the money that we could just order the next set.
That would be fun. But yeah, that's last I saw it's at least $2,000 US for a box of I think I once saw it at 1,500, but yeah. Old card games, their popular sets can be really expensive.
So we could probably trade your Lord of the Rings.
No, probably not, because I've seen them recently when I looked. Some places pricing them at 3,000 US for a box. So
Oh, well.
if you shop around, you could get a better deal, I suppose. But
Ooh,
Foil Fang.
we already got that one, though.
Yes, we did get that one.
I'm on stream 87 out of 132 for watch hours. Wow, there you go.
Thank you very much. That's helpful. We've already looked at that.
We our watch
Another
hours.
end of year feast. Wow.
Our watch hours are actually up like 3 days in a row, so we're seeing some gains.
Yeah.
We'll just, yeah. And we need to get
So there's the Foil Fang.
above the 4,000 to stay above it once August comes around, and probably June.
I'm running out of regular sleeves for the rares. I'm
Sorry. Trying to. Here.
So that was a double rare pack, but we already had both the rares. So we're not getting as
One was
many.
a shiny.
We're not getting as
appreciate
many
any help
unique cards.
whatsoever. That's yeah, no, we appreciate it.
So that brings us up to how many foils open so far?
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2 lessons, candy cart.
6.
Running from Filch, our rare,
Ooh,
the Fat Lady. That's a new
new.
one. So, card 28, Gryffindor. You may use an. Okay, we keep moving the whole
I'm sorry.
thing here.
I'm sorry.
You may use an action to search your deck. You may take a Gryffindor card from your deck, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So that doesn't say once per game. So anytime you want, you can go search up a Gryffindor. And mostly that would mean characters, I believe. But that's probably the type of characters with the highest number.
This is some weird Pokemon. I know, right?
Definitely, even in the movies, they had different actresses do the Fat Lady in different
did they?
films.
Wonder why.
The first Fat Lady had sort of a more Victorian look to her, and then later they brought in that comedian who tried to break the glass with her voice.
Oh, okay.
And I forget if they showed another one besides that.
So need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards.
Bucking Broomstick, Outpost, Sleeping Potion, Vanishing Step, There's our 2 lessons. Another marble gargoyle. Another winter holiday. Midnight duel.
That's new?
No, this was one of our second or third rare we've had.
Oh, okay.
So I'm now officially out of the non-perfect fit sleeves for deck building. We're down to our last half dozen or so packs, I think. And we're still missing, I think, more than half a dozen rares. So it's looking pretty grim for getting the set
So what number was that
completed.
one? I don't remember that one.
Which one?
That one.
This one? 18.
Oh, okay.
It's right there, bottom corner.
Oh, okay. We got a shiny. That's why I don't remember it.
Chimera, Vanishing Step, Owl Post, Sleeping Potion, 2 lessons, Marble Gargoyle again, Aloha Mora again, and another Galeon.
Oh.
You don't have any other sleeves handy? I'll use one of these for now.
I mean, there's those ones. I don't think we're going to get them all.
Sad, but it was bound to happen eventually, I suppose. It just happened to be on the most expensive of the 3 new boxes we had.
Unless the remainder is... Well, wait, how many?
About 4 packs or so left,
Oh,
I
then
think.
maybe. But we'd have to get some doubles. Double rares.
There's the commons, our 2 lessons, Muddy Practice, and Winter Holiday. Our rare
Oh,
is
that's new.
Crab and Goyle. This is only the second time they
What
put
is
2
that?
characters on 1 wizard card. The first one was, this is card number 3.
Okay.
So the first one was the Weasley, the twins, or is it the Weasley twins? I forget the title they used for the first one.
Well, I don't remember the title, but I know, yeah.
So, character, wizard, Slytherin, unique. So this helps out pad out the Slytherin group. Because so far, what Slytherin characters have there been? There's been Malfoy, there's been Snape, and there's been the captain of the Quidditch team there. What was his name?
Quirrell
Flint.
wasn't...
Marcus Flint.
Quirrell wasn't...
I don't think he's Slytherin. I'd have to double check, but I thought he was Ravenclaw or something. I don't know. Maybe. I forget. Anyway. You may use an action and discard 2 cards from your hand to do 3 damage to your opponent. That's interesting. It doesn't seem very efficient, but it is a way to just damage your opponent. Discarding 2 cards is pretty rough, though. Both of them were thick set and looked extremely mean. Yeah, well, that seems to come across. So there's card 3 for the first page. We got still missing 1 card on page 1.
Yep.
We haven't pulled Harry Potter yet, have we?
Oh, come on, Harry. You better be in here. Wizard, Harry.
I forget what this version of Harry's like, or if I ever knew. I'm not even sure if I did. Photo album, nothing draft, Witch Snowballs, Scribble 4, 2 lessons, Flying Practice, and Brandenburg Potion.
Ooh, shiny. Ooh.
The Great Hall foil.
It's pretty.
So that's card 11. I think that's one we haven't had yet.
No, I don't think so.
Before each player's turn, he or she draws a card.
Shiny Hall. Yeah. That's nice. That's really cool.
I was kind of hoping that foil the stars in the sky field up there, but doesn't look like.
I like it because it's shiny and it's blue and silver.
It was lit by thousands and thousands of candles, which were floating in midair over 4 long tables.
They don't really show that. No
No.
picture.
And the second rare is Fang again.
Yeah. Well,
Not a new one,
it's
unfortunately.
a pretty hollow, though.
It is. And it's one we didn't have, so double bonus.
These perfect fits are actually really good for putting sleeves on cards and then into binders. It's probably why I like them.
Yeah, that seems to be their
Or
main
into other
use,
sleeves.
as far as I can see. Another Mirror of Erised packs. These ones usually gave me the most trouble, especially if I was trying to keep them in good condition.
Ooh, I bought ice cream for after supper and I forgot.
Oh, there goes that one.
I forgot to get it. I'm kind of hungry now. So.
Cauldron Cakes, Dog Bite, Bucking Broom, Owl Post, Sleeping Potion, Potions, and Quidditch. And we got Candy Cart. And for our second uncommon, Purple Firecrackers, we got a foil again.
I think that's new.
Quidditch Pitch. I don't think so.
You sure?
I think we have Quidditch Pitch already.
What number is that?
24. And our second rare, Argus
Oh,
Filch.
we do, you're right.
We do have Argus Filch as well.
I'm sorry, you're right, but it's a hollow, so...
It is an upgrade to one of our existing.
It's unfortunate, though, because that's 2 cards that
Yeah.
we already had.
Two rares we already had. And we're down to our last 2 packs now, I think, and we're missing how many rares?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, this isn't happening.
So we might have to, if we want to finish that, we might have to order them.
Well, if you can find them anywhere, that's the problem, too.
Yeah.
We still haven't found Harry.
Out of the ones that are left, what's the one you want the most?
I don't even know what there is. So, I mean, I know there's a Harry.
So Harry.
That would probably be... Transfiguration. We got a Sickle again. We got 5 points from Gryffindor, and our rare is
Oh, wait.
the Mirror of Erised. So this is a new one.
What's that?
19. Cost 10. You may use an action to discard this card from play. If you do, count the cards in your hand and discard them. Search your deck. You may take up to that many cards from your deck and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. So it lets you tailor your hand based on how many cards you had to whatever you want from your deck. That's neat. I just don't think it's probably worth the cost of that late stage of the game very often. It is an interesting card, though, and it's one we didn't have. So there's the Mirror of Erised, and our last pack of the box is, of course, a fluffy pack.
Open any packs.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, it's fine. I'm happy to do this. I just realized I didn't open any packs. But it's okay.
Oh, come on. Fluffy's being argumentative. Oh, and there we go. Split right down the middle. Last one. Let's see if we can get something else.
A rare that we don't have. Let's go.
That would be nice. There's our commons. Got Quidditch and Transfiguration. We've got another Sickle. For an uncommon. Second uncommon is Elohomora. And single rare.
Oh,
the
we already have.
Philosopher's Stone again.
Darn it.
So we didn't get Harry.
We did not.
So
we're missing
one on the
4,
first page, one on the second, one on the third and fourth.
13, 20.
They're alphabetical, so Harry would be before the hospital wing. We didn't get Peeves. Peeves the Poltergeist.
Huh. All right. I'll have to look up the...
What else are we missing?
Oh, no. Okay.
So yeah,
Our first 2 boxes, we completed the set out of the box. So this one we fell short by, how many cards did you say? 4?
Adventures of Hogwarts.
Adventures at Hogwarts. Yeah.
Set list. Adventures at. Oh, sorry.
You get a nice little stack of rares here. And I can't complain too much because we did pull the number 1 card in the set. So that's good. We only got 1 character holo though, I think, in this one.
Okay, so page. Sorry.
So back to the first
4.
page, card 4.
That's detention.
Oh shucks, we didn't get detention. Oh well, that would have gone here. On the next page, we're missing 13. That's Harry Potter, I think.
No, Harry Triumphant. Well,
Harry Triumphant, yeah. Harry. So it's a version of Harry that we didn't get. And then on the next page here, we're missing card 20. Peeves, yeah, I guess that one. And then card 29 on its reverse.
Voldemort revealed.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been a cool one. Although, honestly...
So, Peeves, Voldemort revealed, Harry, and detention.
He got Dumbledore hollow. So, like, we really can't complain about this box at all.
Absolutely not in that sense. We did get the number 1 hit, which is the number 1 card numerically. We showed this off before. So that if I can get it to...
There we go.
There we are. There he is.
That's really nice.
It is really nice. So we got Dumbledore, we got Filch, we got Crabbe and Goyle. We didn't get detention, but we got Dragon's Blood, Dumbledore's Watch, End of Year Feast, Fang, Finding the Platform. Then on the next page, we got the Galleon. We've got Great Hall in foil, Hagrid's House. We're missing, this is the Harry card. We got Hospital Dormitory. We got Hut on the Rocks. We got Madame Pomfrey. Just one of her. We didn't get a double of her for Dex, but Meeting Fluffy. Midnight Duel.
So detention is a $2.80 card.
Is it in stock?
Yes.
Okay. We got the Mirror of Erised. We didn't get Peeves, but we got the Philosopher's Stone. There's Potions Dungeon. Quidditch Cup. The Quidditch Pitch. Riding the Centaur.
Ooh, Peeves is $7.85.
Ron the Brave. A little bit more. And Stout Sandwiches. And we've got the Fat Lady. We're missing Voldemort Revealed. And we've got the Welsh Green Dragon.
Those were the only.
Then we're into uncommons. 5 points from Gryffindor. Aloha Mora. Baneberry Potion. Bludger Bop.
Those are the only 2 that
Candy
have in
Cart.
stock.
Collapsing Cauldron. We got a Flying Motorcycle. Flying Practice. Forbidden Corridor. Giant Squid. Looking for Trevor. Marble Gargoyle. Muddy Practice. Purple Firecrackers. Running from Filch. Sickle. Starglass Salve. Through the Trapdoor. Winter Holiday. Wooden Flute. Anti-cheating spell. Bewitched Snowballs. The Black Bat. And Bucking Broom.
So commons started here with the anti-cheating spell. It's interesting how they organize these numbers by rarity, in my opinion, and then alphabetically after that. Cauldron Cake's not how I would organize a set, generally speaking. Charms Accident, Chimera, Dog Bite, Every Flavored Beans,
Oh, Harry
Protection
Triumphant.
Potion.
Non-hollow is only $1.10 if they had them in stock.
Right. Last time I had one in stock, probably. Fungiface Potion.
Yeah, maybe.
Nut.
The hollow is
Licorice Wand.
$65.25.
Yes, I know.
Sorry.
The Hollow is one of the top 4 because it's Harry Potter, so it's collectible. Even if it's not a good card to play with. Switching Spell, Troll Bogies, Vanishing Step, and then our 5 lessons, and that's that set. Then we've got, there's a few samples I have from Chamber of Secrets, but we'll save going into that for now. Anyway, so that's as far as we got. Unfortunately, didn't complete the set this time, but I got a stack of cards to build and play with. I've got a few things to consider, and
I'm trying to see how much that Voldemort one is. $8.99 for the hollow. $3.35 for the non-hollow.
if and when it ever
Yeah.
comes in stock. So
Fungi Face Potion sounds like a fun card to play with.
it could be. It could be.
Who's live now?
I'm not sure. I just want to double check what that one does too.
Yeah.
In terms of its discard one of your potion's lessons, do 6 damage to your opponent or to a creature of your choice. So it's got some use, but honestly, discarding lessons you got to be careful with overdoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, 6 damage is a fair chunk, especially at a cost of 4.
I think I did.
And these are the spare rares I got. I didn't get any double foils this time. Philosopher's Stone, Argus Filch, Quidditch Cup, Fang, Egalian,
Ooh, all blue's still
Midnight
live.
Duel, Fang, End of Year Feast, Meeting Fluffy, End of Year Feast, Ron the Brave, Dumbledore's Watch, Albus Dumbledore, non-foil, Dragon Blood, Potions Dungeon, Riding the Centaur, Quidditch Cup, Meeting Fluffy, and Hut on the Rocks. So these should be good for these should be good for
Ooh,
for deck
Fang,
building.
yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 doubles of Fang, so that's nice.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to put all blue as our raid target.
So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 9 foils this box. So this
That
was definitely
castle looks awesome.
this was definitely a lower it does. But this box, like I said, not only did we not finish, but we also got less hollows than we have in any other box or foils. We only got 1 character hollow and 9 instead of 11 plus foils like we've gotten in every other box. So in that sense, it was a bit of a suboptimal box. However, it did give us the top hit in the set, so that's certainly a plus side to it, for sure.
Sorry. There you go.
So we've now got most of that set, most of base set, and all of Quidditch Cup and Diagon Alley to work with for some deck building.
Sorry.
That's if I just choose to pull cards from the binder for building decks. I try to avoid that. I try to just work with what I've got doubles of, or
play sets for the commons usually. Usually I've got, sort of 2 to 3
The
extra.
castle card or the or the castle behind.
I think the castle behind is what she was
Yeah.
referring to, but I mean,
Not
honestly,
wrong.
they both look good in their own ways. So yeah, this was fun. It's going to give me some things to work with. Here, I'll just show you the front of the binder where I've been sticking the extra packs from the other sets. So there's the 3 arts for the Diagon Alley on top, Quidditch Cup beneath, and then you can see a little bit of the base set. A couple of them, they're getting buried. So I haven't done anything to stick them in place, so they do tend to bury each other. The more and more that are in there, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that as well.
If you guys want the link, we're gonna the link for the raid. I say Spoke Out raid. I think we're just gonna cut it short because
That Zura slab was an epic win for me, right?
Oh, you're talking to Broly. I missed that one. Congratulations. All right, guys, we're exhausted. It's been a long day.
It has been.
So I think we're gonna call it here. There's a link for All Blue. So if we can head over there, say Spoke Out Raid, hit the like button, and have some fun on their stream, that'd be great.
It would be.
I'm gonna be going to sleep fairly quickly because I'm exhausted.
I'm probably gonna try and sort this a little bit before I go to bed, but yeah,
So
fairly soon.
it was a stock giveaway. Nice. Congratulations. That's exciting. So, I'm really excited for you. I'm just really, really tired. So,
Thanks for coming out.
we'll see you guys on Monday
Hopefully.
for Monday Night Magic. But it's going to be short because you're working early in the morning, right? Because you're going days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On days.
So, all right, guys. We'll see you over at the raid and see you on Monday.
Sounds good.
Bye for now, guys.
Ciao for now.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
Bye for now.